Guess who's here? Hi, people. Hello, how are you? This is Ali from Just English, and today we're going to talk about the present perfect, as you can see, and where to use for, since, already, yet, ever, and never, and so on. So, this is our topic for today. Now, how are you? How is everyone doing today? How was your day so far? How was your morning? Was it good? Hello? No one here. I was talking to myself. Oh my god. Hey, Mr. Mehmet, welcome. Hoş geldin. That's in Turkish for you. Because today's lesson is a pre-intermediate, so I will speak little English and we will try to communicate and try Turkish, That's for my own sake. So, how is everyone here? Are you good? I am feeling good today. What about you? Miss Sana, Miss Elknur? Well, I'm doing like perfect, but more perfect, like a perfect plus perfect plus perfect plus perfect. Thank you for asking, by the way. I'm doing very good. Keeping myself. No, this is no partying. No, I mean energetic and active as much as possible. So far so good. I like the way it sounds. Very nice. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. You have no idea. So, welcome, Mr. Emra. Welcome. Thank you again, Miss Elknur. So, fellas, what you're up to? What are you up to? Do you have any plans for the day? Do you have any things that you want to do after class maybe, or you did before class? So I just wondering, do you have any plans for the day? Welcome, Mr. Arhan. Welcome. I'm sorry, this name is not easy. Muniver. Welcome, Mr. Muniver. Yes. Hey, Miss Asma, welcome. Welcome aboard. Welcome. Now, because you just came, I will repeat myself. This is Ali from Just English. Today we will discuss present perfect for the pre-intermediate level, and we will discuss for, since, yet, already, ever, never, and so on. That's our topic for today. I will try to speak with slow, not that much speed, so that you can understand, and I will try to use little Turkish if I could, so that you can understand me more and more. Yep. So you don't have any plans for the day? Maybe reading a book, watching a movie, something? Maybe you can recommend something for us here, I love movies so much. Maybe you can recommend a movie for me? Are you watching any movie later on today? Or reading a book? Maybe. Welcome, Miss Lally. Welcome. So yeah, are you up to a movie or something? Exercise maybe. Exercising is perfect. That's amazing. I really miss exercise. I just have the rope where I can do that and this, push-ups, and so on. You will teach your students something today on Zoom. That's beautiful, Miss Elknor. Best of luck. That's amazing. Breaking Bad is amazing too. I've heard the news all over, but I didn't start yet. you know, watching a series. Miss Elknur, I believe primary teachers are amazing, so I believe you're doing a very good job. It's very fun, you know, I believe it's fun, you know. I tried to teach primary once. I failed very badly, so you must have a very powerful skills to teach primary students. That's amazing. Miss J, does she say this, a this? Oh my god, what is that? Is that a series? For a woman? Oh, okay. Okay, I will not watch it. Yeah, it is very fun. I am sure, Miss Elkner. Well, I think Mr. Arhan just told me don't watch this this and vis a vis. I don't know what is vis a vis, but okay. Spanish series. However, it's for women. Well, it doesn't harm me if I go check it out. I'll check it out. Don't worry. Are you always and energetic and positive? It goes sufficient. That's my aim. That's my goal. Thank you. You know what makes me very energized and absolutely active all day? English. It's beautiful, man. It's gorgeous, especially if you understand all the aspects of the English: pronunciation, grammar, reading, writing, listening, speaking. It would be very smooth for you. And being in quarantine, it's an amazing privilege for all of us, so that we can learn something, you know? So I just love that. That's keep me, you know, you know, like Matthew McConaughey said, keep me chasing someone, which is me in the future. That's beautiful. Yes. So if you want to watch this, your girl don't permission for it. Oh, Mr. Arhan, now I gotcha. Now I gotcha. Okay, I think that's a problem. Yes. Okay, I guess we need to start our lesson now. Because it's 8 minutes so far in the lesson. I need to catch up, see everyone's doing. That's beautiful. I love that. So that I keep you, you know, keep the class fun and lesson to you. So today we're going to talk about present perfect. This ESL library, it's beautiful, it's fun. We will discuss together the grammar for the pre-intermediate present perfect. So, present perfect. If you hear the word perfect, which means the third form of the verb, here we have and has goes with the present, and past participle is the third form of the verb. So if you have write, wrote, written, it's written. Write, wrote, written, written. It's the third form of the verb. It's the past participle, as you see. So this is the form. Don't forget it, okay? Now we will discuss the functionalities of the present perfect, and let's see what we have here, and let's read together. So, present perfect show a finished past action. How? It's a present. It's a present. Why? I'll tell you why. A finished past action. The exact time isn't mentioned because it's unknown or it's not important. Okay? So, here, he's trying to get to you and make you understand the present perfect by comparing it to the simple past. Let's see what's the difference, because it's a present perfect. Why it shows a finished past action? So that's why. Yes, we can restart. Yes, yes. Okay. Examples. I have been to Paris. She has visited the pyramids in Egypt. By the way, if you don't know what the pyramids means, pyramids basically the three things we have in Egypt. You know, 1, 2, 3. Those are the pyramids. This is for the ancient times. So, as we said, present perfect is showed a finished past action. Now, in case you just confuse between the past and the present and why it's this way, we will see. Function 1 for the present perfect. The present perfect does not show when the action occurred. Occurred, which means happened. Yes. Bayram Turkish, very nice. Okay, so here, I don't know when. The exact time, the action that occurred, we have no idea what time. That's why it's a present perfect. We don't have any idea. But if you use the simple past in this way, you will understand when it occurred, when the action happened. Now, as you can see here, we have time markers right here. Now, this is what we are going to talk about today. Those time markers, when and where to use them and how to use them. Here he's saying no time markers needed, but for emphasize, it is possible to use. Again, to emphasize, to focus on them, it's possible to use. So, with this tense, we are using already, yet, still, ever, and never. And remember, never, you don't need a negative sentence yet, which means you don't have to use has not or have not, because never is the negative. So this is, we will get to it afterwards. So those are the time markers that we need to use. However, we don't need to use them sometimes because we don't know when the action occurred. We don't have any time where exactly. However, in the past side, we have yesterday, last day, ago, few months ago, when for joining two past sentences, the day before yesterday. There is always an aim that an action occurred on that day, on that specific day. And we discussed the simple past in our videos that we did. You can go and check it out. Simple past and simple past continuous and all package that you need so that you can understand. So here, the time markers here, it makes you specific when the action occurred. Yesterday, last day, and so on. Here, we have this beautiful. And we use them not because we are showing when the action occurred. We are using them to emphasize. That's why we are using them. You have to understand. Here, the time markers shows when the action occurred. Here, other way around. We have examples here for you. He has traveled around the world. He has traveled around the world. There is no time markers. We don't need them. He traveled, but we don't know when. When this action occurred, we have no idea. We have sailed down the Nile. We have sailed down the Nile. This is in Egypt too, I guess. So here, no time markers. However, on the simple past, we have the following. He traveled around the world last year. He sailed down the Nile 2 weeks ago. The time markers here show us when the action is occurred. Here, there is no time markers. And in case you want to use the time markers, just for emphasize, not much, not less. So this is the differences. The action, we don't know when the action occurred on the present perfect. So it should a finished past action, and the past simple show us exactly when the action occurred. Now here, the notes that we have for our time markers for the present perfect. So the time markers are the following. Let's go with the first one. The sentence here, this is the best hotel I've ever stayed in. This is the best hotel I have ever stayed in. Remember here, there is no time markers. Maybe someone talking about a specific hotel and you said this sentence. So my friend says, for example, I really loved the Hilton Hotel. I loved it. It's amazing. So you say, this is the best hotel I've ever stayed at. You are not telling us which year you stayed there. We don't know which month. When the action occurred, we don't know what time you went and booked a hotel room for yourself in the Hilton. We don't know. But why we used here the time markers ever? Ever, which means the best. This is I have ever stayed in. The best hotel I've ever stayed in. Let's read the meaning of ever. Why we are using ever here. For emphasize, now this is when I'm telling you why you are using this time marker in the present perfect. You should tell me it's for emphasis, for emphasize. I tell you why, because we don't need time markers. Why? Because the present perfect show us a finished past action with no time of the occurrence of it. Okay? Emphasize mean, Mr. Mehmet, focused, which means I want you to focus here. This is the best hotel I've ever been to, you know? Such as I have been in Europe with Erasmus program. Is this sentence true? Yes. I've been in Europe with Erasmus program. Yes, it is true. We don't know what time you went to Erasmus. Okay? However, Erasmus, maybe it can be in a specific month, but we don't know which year. That's again, there is no time markers. Very nice. You have I is the subject, have because we are using I, and been or been is the past participle for the verb to be. Now, to be. Now, here he say it's for emphasize at any time in the past. Use it for positive sentences and questions, or in a negative sentences with not. So, if I want to put this one in a sentence, for example, this is we use it so much. Am I right? Am I right? So we tend to say, what is the best hotel that you've ever been to? What is the best hotel that you've ever been to? I just put it in a question where the question word comes first and then the verb and the subject, then the verb past participle, then the complement of the sentence, then we have the question mark. No time markers because we don't need. I'm just asking question in the present perfect for an action that you did, but you don't show me what time you did it, okay? Very nice, guys. So, this is the best hotel I've ever stayed at. Have you ever traveled by yourself? Now, this is a question used so much in interviews, or someone wondering about something, or speaking clubs. I'm taking so much speaking clubs. Sometimes I ask this question a lot. What's the best thing that you've ever did or done or so on? That's used a lot. So she hasn't ever been to Europe. She hasn't ever been to Europe. Now, as the sentence, Miss Elknur just mentioned exactly kind of the same. She said, I've been in Europe or to Europe with Erasmus program. Here we have a different one. She, so now we are talking about Miss Elknur, for example. She hasn't ever been to Europe. She has been to Europe. Now this is the case of ever. If you like, write your notes so that you cannot forget why we are using ever. All of them for emphasize. Remember, all of them for emphasize, but each one used in a different type of way. So ever for positive and any questions. Number 2, we have never. Also emphasize, no time in the past. There is no time in the past. Never makes the sentence negative. Never makes the sentence negative. So, if you are using never, do not use not in the sentence, because you are making it never and not in the same sentence. It's not just grammatically incorrect. Mathematically also incorrect. You can't like do minus together. It will give you a positive, but that's a whole different idea, I assume. However, never used in a sentence because it's negative. He has never flown on an airplane. He has never flown on an airplane, which means he did not fly on an airplane. I've never been to another country. Have you ever been in another country? I've never been in another country. Like, when you read the sentence, try as much as possible to turn it to a question so that you can figure out how it might change or how it might be. And it's very easy. Just replace have the subject with the have or has, and it will be very easy for you. It's very good. Try it out. Already, time markers, present perfect, emphasize. Let's see where we are using here. I have already bought my ticket. Have they already been to Rome? So it's emphasize. An action has happened. Use it for positive and for a question. So basically, already and ever, they are used in positive and they are used in questions. Never, that's a negative sentence. I've already bought my tickets. Have they already been to Rome? Now, what time they bought their ticket? We don't have any idea. We don't need time markers here. There is, but it's for emphasize, okay? Then here we have the question, and yes, they have, or yes, they have not. That would be the answer. Now, jumping to yet. Now, we see yet a lot. How you use it, why you use it. Basically, you see yet so much at the end of the sentence, as you see here. I haven't bought my ticket yet. Have they been to Rome yet? So yet, haven't done something. Haven't done something. Here, haven't bought my ticket. And here a question where they are asking, have they been to Rome yet? I don't know. But you want to or plan to. Use it for negative sentences and questions. Now again, we have never and yet, negative. 1 and 3 already and ever positive. Now understand like this so that you cannot be confused by how much they are and why I am using this, why I am using that. So ever and already, emphasize positive sentences and questions. Yet and never, negatives and for questions too. However, never is not for a question, just yet. And here we have still, the use of still. I still haven't bought my ticket. They still haven't been to Rome. Here, also, as you see, the both sentences are negative. So let's understand it more. When you haven't done something, So for example, I'm asking you, did you do your homework? You will say to me, I didn't do it yet. I still haven't done it yet. But you want to or plan to use it for negative sentences. So let's wrap it up together all. So you have still, we have never, and you have yet used with the negative sentences. However, ever and never, both of them used in the positive. So we have 5 time markers we just discussed right now. Ever, yet, never, still, and already. Okay? Now, let's move forward. What we have next. Now, this is the second function of the present perfect. And this one we need to focus on because so much students they have so much questions about for and since. What is the differences? Why is this? Why is that? We will get right into it here. So, use the present perfect to show an action that started in the past. We know that. Continues into the present and may continue into the future. Now, before we have a past action, finished past action, but we don't know what time it occurred. Here, an action that started in the past, continues to the present, and it might go on to the future. Okay, so this is the arrow. As you see here, the diagram we have. This is the function 2 of the present perfect we have. So as we say here, start the present perfect. Now if you go up little, you will notice this is the present perfect. It's an action occurred here. It's a past action occurred here. We don't have any time markers for it. We don't have when it occurred. So this is the first function. The second function is this past action maybe, and just maybe, continue into the present through the future and move on to the future. Now this is the second function of the present perfect. The time markers here that we are using in the present perfect are for and since. Let's read the sentence after we read the note. We have planned our trip for months. We have planned our trip for months. It's a long time. For months, which means it took you a lot of months to plan your trip. It took you a lot of months to plan your trip. I have studied English abroad since 2014. I have studied English abroad since 2000. This is the start date. Okay, the start date of you starting to learn your English language abroad. Okay, now let's read the notes. For is used to indicate the duration of an action. The duration of an action is how long the action is. The duration is basically the months. So this is the year. Let's say this is brackets we have. We have the year here and we have months. So we are planning our trip for months. 4 months, which means this is the duration of the months. How many months we have and how many months we already planned our trip. We don't know how many months. Again, we don't know. But this is duration. Since is used to indicate the starting point of an action. Starting point of an action. Here it shows, yes? So I have studied English abroad since 2014. Since 2014. This is the start point of an action. He gave it to you. So in this sentence, the present perfect, it's not a past action which is finished. It's a past action, start in the past 2014, continues to the present, and maybe it will continue to the future. This is the understanding that I want you to comprehend. Now, let's read this a bit for you, fellas. The focus of the present perfect is on the past to the present. Because it happened in the past, we don't know what time occurred. The future isn't really important for this tense. If we need to emphasize that the action will continue into the future, we can use present perfect progressive. Now present perfect progressive is not that difficult from the present perfect. The only difference is the verb plus ing that will be added to the present perfect. Now it will not be very complicated nor difficult for you. We can use the present perfect progressive tense have, has, been plus ing. Also, guys, present perfect progressive, I discuss it on other videos. If you would like to check the present perfect progressive, be sure and make sure to check it out on our Just English videos. I believe I did the present perfect progressive and it might be very beneficial for you. You don't know what you're missing. I'm just saying, you know. Now, so what he's trying to say you basically, may continue into the future. This is a possibility, but this possibility is very, very küçük, tiny possibility. He say present perfect used in the past and maybe continue in the present, may continue into the future. Now he here denied it and he say if you want to go to the future with your present perfect, use present perfect progressive. And examples, of course, examples always helpful for us. I've been living abroad for 5 years. I've been living abroad for 5 years. Now, for and since. Present perfect progressive. For 5 years. This is the duration of 5 years. I will continue living abroad. She has been traveling through Asia since January. She will continue traveling. This is the differences. This is where the present perfect progressive kind of give the meaning of the future. Okay, this is also, we discussed the future and present perfect progressive on another video. You can check it out. So basically, let's go back here. Basically, you have two functions of the present perfect, is where the first part, it's a past action. Let's go back here so that you can see it together with me. Here it's a past action which is finished, but there is no time markers that we know when it started. We don't know when. And if we use the time markers that we have already, yet, ever, still, never, it will mean emphasize. Okay? Now, we discussed already yet, still, ever, never, and we agreed that ever and never, ever and already, both used for positive sentences. However, yet and never are negative, and still also negative. So basically, this is what we have here for the first function. The second function, slightly the same, but the time markers change, which are now for and since. For is for the duration of an action, and since is for the starting point of an action. Now, they recommend that if we want to use since and for, it might be better if you use the present perfect progressive, because the meaning of it will be, as you see, in the future. So let's do these sentences. I know it's easy. I know it's not quite difficult, but let's understand what is the sentence all about. And if you would like, try to use the emphasize time markers, yet, ever, already, still, never, in the sentence, and be creative as much as possible. This is your area of creativity now. So let's start with very tiny, beautiful little exercises just to warm up. After the second hour, we will start to mix the tenses. We will start to understand more and more. So help me out here if you are still here. She blank up Mount Everest. What we going to write down here? It's a past action which is finished, but we don't know when. So what are we going to write here? What do you think, guys? What are we going to write here? Anyone? Mr. Imrah saying that has hiked up. So yes, number one. Thank you, guys. Yes, very nice. So she has hiked up Mountain Everest. We don't know when. Time markers. Can you put this one for me in a time marker? Can you put time marker here? Is it possible to put a time marker? Maybe you can use yet, maybe you can use already, maybe never, maybe ever. What do you think? What do you want to use? Can you try something? What do you think? Hiked is correct, is absolutely and utterly correct. She has hiked up Mountain Everest. But the question is, can you use a marker? Very nice, Mr. Imra. she has never hiked up Mountain Everest. Very nice. So here, which means it's a negative. She did not. She never. Hopefully she will. Number 2. Thank you, Mr. Mra. Jill blank on a vacation. Jill blank on a vacation. Try to use the time markers, okay? Try to use the time markers so that we can understand a bit. Already, you can say, yeah, she has already hiked up Mountain Everest, which means she did it. Yes, don't forget to like our videos. Shout out to everyone liking our videos. Thank you. Has gone. John, very nice, Mr. Kader. He used a time marker here. So, Jill has still gone on a vacation. You can say that. Very nice. Has gone. Very smooth. We are using here basically has because he, she, it, we're using has. I and we're using have. And the past participle of the verb that we have here. Very nice, guys. Very smooth. Keep it up. Keep it up. 3. They blank cycle through France. They blank. We should use cycle through France. France. Paris, je te l'aime. So, what are we going to use here? What is the past participle for cycle? Miss Asma says, they have cycled through France. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Or maybe we can change the sentence and we can say, they haven't cycled through France yet. Look, I change it to negative. Then I put yet in the end because yet used in a negative sentence. Yet in the end, Mr. Imra. Very nice, very good try. Very good. He made it negative, that's perfect. Yet need to be in the end. They haven't yet cycled. If we are speaking as like normal conversation, you can use yet here, no problem whatsoever. But grammatically, you need to put it in the end. No problem, no problem. It's very cool, it's very good. It's very nice that you actually used yet and you made it negative. That tells me that you understood what we were talking about. That's perfect. Don't worry about it. Make mistakes. I love mistakes. It's important. Then, 4. Mike fly from Los Angeles to New York. New York. Who loves New York, by the way? Would you prefer New York or Los Angeles? What do you prefer, New York or Los Angeles? After answering me. Answer the question after, we will talk about it. Oh, yes. Miss Layla, where is has? Where is has? Yes, Miss Asma. Mike has flown from Los Angeles to New York. Yes, Mike has already flown from Los Angeles to New York. Yes. Very nice, Miss Elkner. Very nice, Miss Layla. Now, do you like New York or LA, Los Angeles? What do you like more? Very nice, Mr. Kadir. You nailed it, guys. Perfect. Yes, thank you. So, LA, NY. LA, NY. Do you like New York or Los Angeles, fellas? Let's go out here to the airplane. Let's talk about flying to New York or LA. Which one would you like more? I have tickets for you. I am not joking. I have tickets for New York and LA. Who answer the questions all, he will get the ticket. I will send it cargo to you. Okay, I promise. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. So, it's fun. Yes. So you're not choosing between New York and LA. You're not choosing, Mr. Copper. I'm just saying, yeah. I'm just saying. It's very nice. We love New York and LA, huh? LA is beautiful. I mean, the beach. Let's talk about the beach, you know what I mean? LA, please. That's it, Mr. Emrah. You will get your ticket as soon as possible. Just send your address on our comments below and like our videos and share our videos, and you will get a flight to LA as fast as possible. That's it. I will communicate with Just English, no problem. They will fire me. Okay. Thank you, guys. Now, 5. Let's jump to number 5. I have been to US, but I have not seen both of them. Ah, Miss Esma. However, it's also good, you know. However, LA is like LA, baby. You know what I mean? It's a whole different, beautiful place there. Yes. Okay. Number 5. You blank a boat before. Haven't you? Haven't you? Or haven't you? Haven't you? Haven't you? Basically, they use it when they are fast speaking. Have ever sailed, Mr. Kader says. You have ever sailed. No. Mr. Kader, you have ever sailed a boat before? Let's see. Ever is not quite, you know, bringing the sentence together. So, you have ever sailed a boat before, haven't you? No. No. Let's try a different one. You have sailed a boat before. Ever. Let's use maybe Mr. Imra, we can't. You see here, we can call it a tailor question where first one need to be positive, then the second one is negative. So this one is, you have sailed a boat before, haven't you? It need to be positive. It need to be positive. Ever is actually the way, grammatically it's correct. But the sounds of it is not quite correct. But grammatically it's correct, Mr. Kader. Thank you for that. You have ever sailed a boat before. Yes. Ever is used so much in questions, that's why it's here comes in a question, you know? However, this is a question, but there is a positive and negative side of it. So it needs to be, you have ever sailed a boat before, or you have sailed a boat before, haven't you? Yes. Yes. 6. My friends, blank, you have never sailed. Yes. You have never sailed a boat. Yes, never can be very smooth in the sentence, Mr. Mohammed. Thank you. That was perfect. 6. My friends travel a long way to visit me. My friends travel a long way to visit me. What are we going to write in the blank? Beautiful, gorgeous, outstanding, beautiful people. What's going to write here? My friends blank travel a long way to visit me. A long way to visit me. What are we going to write down here? Have never traveled, Miss Layla. Have it traveled, Miss Asma. Nice. My friends have traveled a long way to visit me. Thank you. Perfect. Miss Layla, never. Yes, that's negative. My friends have never traveled a long way to visit me. Just leave them alone. Just like, I don't have any friends anymore, you know? Have never traveled. Yes, you can say that. Yes. It depends on the friends, actually. Are they good friends or bad friends, you know? Already have traveled. That's also correct. My friends have already... Sir, Mr. Mahmoud, already comes between have and the travel part, okay? So, my friends have already traveled. Have already traveled a long way to visit me. You see, Mr. Mahmoud friends traveling. However, Miss Layla friends not. Miss Qadir friends, they are not traveling long way. Bad friends. 7. I'm joking. 7. We blank drive cross the country. Drive, put it in a sentence. Use a time markers. However, it's not quite necessary to use them. It depends on your capability. What do you want to do? That's no problem, because it will not change the sentence. But you need to know how to use them. Okay, so we blank cross the country. We blank or gap cross the country. What we have here? Mr. Mehmet Buskurt says, have still drove. Mr. Mehmet, drive, drove, driven. Drive, drove, driven. Mr. Qadir, yep. Be careful, mistakes with the regular, irregular verbs, don't make them. And extra adding to that, we have videos about regular and irregular videos that you can check them out. So we have never driven across the country. Yes, we have driven across the country. Yes. Now, let's understand, cross the country. Now, this is very rare people do, like 5%, 3% people do drive across the country. So let's use never. Never can be more reasonable to the context of the question. We haven't drove yet across the country. Drove is the past form of the verb. It's the second form. We need to use the past participle misana, which is the third form of the verb. Have driven, very nice, very nice. 8, jump it up to 8, fellas. He visit with family all over Europe. We have already driven. Very nice, Mr. Imra. Very nice, Mr. Ismail. We haven't driven across we haven't driven across the country yet. Yet need to be in the end, but with the conversation it might change. Maybe we put it as you put it, Miss Sana. But grammatically we're talking about yet need to be in the end. There's a few little tiny exceptions that we can discuss in pre-intermediate where yet can not be in the end, and so on. Has still visited. Nice. He has still visited with family. Huh? I'm sorry, what? He has still visited with family all over. No. Still is wrong here, Mr. Mahmoud. Still is wrong here, Mr. Mahmoud. Here you need to use, here you have positive sentence, so you need to use ever or already. He has ever visited with family. No, ever is not. Ever used, let's see here. Already. Already and never are perfect here. He has already visited with family all over Europe. That's nice. He has already visited. Nice. And you can say he has never visited with family all Europe. Or he hasn't visited with family all Europe yet. Okay, 9, before we jump to break. 9, my family blank tickets to go to Hawaii next year. To go to Hawaii next year. what are we going to use here? What are we going to use here? Already bought or have bought. So my family have already bought tickets to go to Hawaii next year. Very nice, Mr. Emre. That's perfect. That's correct. There is no problem whatsoever there. It's perfect. It's smooth. Yes. Already bought. Yes. My family have bought. Yes. My family, they don't take has. It take have. They have. Yes. Here we create questions. I guess we will continue it after our break. I would like to thank you guys for your answers and for your interaction. We will run very fast to break for 10 minutes. Then we will come back and we will continue this part. And I prepared for you too this part where we're going to use questions, and the yet and already is used or not used, we will put them, and so on and so on. Okay, so 10 minutes break and I will be outstandingly right back. We have agreement? Stay here. See ya. 10 minutes. Bye bye.
Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
A world with a joy and smile, a world where everyone will live by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world. Justenglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do but do Justenglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, macerayla tanış. Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, bu dünyaya karış. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
Knife.
Knife. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Pronunciation.
Enthusiastic.
Enthusiasm.
Enthusiastic.
Reci bilmiyorum.
Recipe.
Recipe. Recipe.
Bir daha.
Recipe.
Clark.
Clark.
Pronunciation.
Şimdi sen de dile gel.
We are back here. We are back here. Hello everyone. How is everything? Hopefully feeling great, powerful, energetic, inspired, motivated. I don't know, the whole package of good stuff, you know what I mean? You need to be like what will help you with your life. Trust me. Trust me. I've been there. I've done that. Okay. Hey, how are you? Coffee and chocolate, Miss Esma. Afiyet olsun. Chocolate is not that good. However, coffee I recommend. Okay. Beautiful, gorgeous people. I have seen none of them true. None of what? It's perfect sentence, but what? I didn't understand. Okay. I believe, and we all believe, that we need to continue our lesson. Let's continue our lesson. And I realize that we have so much good exercises. We will do it together here. So, let's do this one. Travel another country. Question. Make a question. Make a question. Here. Travel another country. Can you make a question here? Travel another country. Travel another country. Miss Sana said, had you ever traveled a museum in another country? Oh my god. Why, Miss Sana, why did you use had? We are using ever with the present perfect, am I right? So we can say, have you ever? Am I right? What do you think? What do you think? No problem, Miss Sana, no problem. So, come on guys, what we need to write here? Make a question. Make a question. This is easy so that we can continue our process where we can discuss yet and already and still everywhere under when we finish this one. Travel another country. Make a question. Make a question. I know you can do it. You know you can do it. Just believe. So what are we going to write here? Because it takes so much long time, I will say it right now and we will continue. Okay? Have you ever traveled another country? Have you ever traveled to another country? Thank you. Thank you, Miss Layla. Nice. 2. Walk through the jungle. Walk through the jungle. Have you ever traveled to another country? Have you ever traveled to another country? Nice, Mr. Ahmed. Thank you, Miss Esma. Perfect, Miss Layla. Question mark. Never forget. Question mark. Question mark. Question mark really kills your answer if you're not writing it down. Very nice. Walk through the jungle. Walk through the jungle. Walk through the jungle. Walk through the jungle. Come on. Walk through the jungle. What are we going to write here? What are we going to write here? Here we will not do so much. We will do little, then we will go forward to another exercise because this is basically, it's quite the same. Am I right? What do you think? Have you walked through the jungle yet? Oh, very nice, Mr. Kadir. Perfect. Have you walked through the jungle yet? Perfect. The time markers are perfect, guys. Okay, number 2. Perfect. 3 now. Have you walked through the jungle yet? Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. That is outstandingly excellent. Perfect. Like, amazing. Miss Sana, she said, haven't you walked through the jungle? Yeah, you can say that. You can say that, but it's so much. Like, haven't you walked? Walk need to be in the past participle. Third form of the verb walk. Walked, walked. Okay. Have you ever gone through the jungle? Have you ever gone through the jungle? Nice, Miss Esma. It's smooth. It's nice. Don't forget question mark. I will kill ya. Question mark. Question mark. Okay. Go whitewater rafting. Whitewater rafting. Whitewater rafting. What are we going to write here? Have you already gone whitewater rafting? Nice, Mr. Kader. Very smooth. Miss Layla, she said, have you ever walked in the jungle? Have you ever gone through the jungle? That's also correct. However, the pronunciation has gone smooth, but that's perfect. Have you already gone whitewater rafting? Thank you, Mr. Kader. That's nice. So, let's do this. Let's do number 9. See? Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower. Let's do this part. Eiffel Tower part. Let's do this part. Eiffel Tower part. 9. Because they are kind of the same. So you either use have you ever, have you already, or you can use have you been. And in the end yet, it's the same. That's why I'm passing it, because we have more good example that we can discuss later. So, can we check number 9? See? Eiffel Tower. See, Eiffel Tower. Nine. Before we jump to speaking and writing. Have you seen Eiffel Tower yet? Have you ever seen Eiffel Tower? Miss Sana, Mr. Kader, it's beautiful. Thank you. It's amazing. We have a dialogue here. We will do it together, me and you, beautiful people. Here we have a dialogue. I agree to Sana. I agree with Sana. I agree with Sana, Mr. Emre. I agree with Sana. Okay, complete the dialogue. Have you ever seen Eiffel Tower? Yes, Eiffel, it needs to be capital. The first letter of Eiffel needs to be capital because that's a name. Yes. Have you ever seen? Nice, 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 and nice. Okay, here we have dialogue. Very good, guys. Complete the dialogue. Fill in the blanks with already, still, or yet. When you're finished, read the dialogue out loud with a partner. Now, there is no partner for me here, just me and myself. So let's do that together. So Lisa, I'm trying to decide where to go on my next vacation. Daniel, have you ever been to Venice? I blank haven't been to Italy. What are we going to write here? What do you think? What are we going to write here? Already, still, yet? Never. Already, still, yet? I still haven't been to Italy. Yes, Still, it is very good. Thank you. Now, Lisa. No, but I've blank been to Europe and I want to go to another continent. Daniel? No, let's do Lisa first. No, but I've blank been to Europe. Thank you, Miss Merve. Correct, correct, and correct. Let's do this one. No, but I've blank been to Europe and I want to go to another continent. Continent. Like Asia, Africa, Europe, and so on. But I've already been to Europe and I went, oh, yes, Mr. Muharram. Mr. Muharram is correct. Yes, because here he say, have you been to Venice? I already, I still haven't been there. She said, no, but I've been to Europe and I want to go another continent, which means she went there. So she already been to Europe. She went to Europe. She didn't go to Italy, but she's been to Europe. So that's why already here is correct, because she wants to go another continent. 3, Daniel. What about Korea? I've blank been to Seoul and I loved it. So what are we going to write here? What are we going to write here? No. If you said never, he said, and I loved it. What about Korea? I've been to Seoul and I loved it. He went there. He went there. That's why. I've already been to Seoul and I loved it. Yes. Yes. Thank you, guys. Yes, correct. Lisa, Korea sounds great, but I wanted to do something more adventurous. Now, this is the sound of Lisa, by the way. I don't know why, she's very British. Thank you, guys. Correct. Now, Daniel here. Okay, I haven't been to Nepal, blank, but I'd love to go hiking there. How about Nepal? So what do you think, guys? What are we going to write here? What are we going to write here? Yes. You got it on point. Perfect. Yes. I haven't been to Nepal yet. First of all, it's negative and yet used with negative. Very nice. Lisa, I've blank been to Nepal. It was amazing. Yes. What are we going to write here? It was amazing. So she went to Nepal. Am I right? Ah. Yes. Now I understand you, Miss Asma. Now I got you. Yes. I have seen none of them. It's correct. It's correct. It's the sentence is correct. There's no problem. You have and the seen, the past participle part. I've seen none of them. That's absolutely correct. Like, I went to school and I've seen none of them. I've seen none of my friends. Yes. Already. Yes, I've already been to Nepal. It was amazing. Daniel. Well, how about going to safari in Africa? Lisa. Good idea. I haven't been on a safari. Blank. Yes, miss. She went everywhere. She's amazing. Yes. 6 is yet. You're absolutely welcome, Miss Esma. Yes, yet, correct. Daniel? Me neither. Let's go together. So they are going to safari in Africa together. Who wants to go there? I have tickets for you. No, I'm joking. I have so much tickets right now. I'm working in I don't know, box office or something. Okay. Thank you, guys. That was smooth. That was perfect. I appreciate you so much. Now, we have a story here. We need to complete. We have a story. We need to complete. Here, we will use what we have in the parenthesis, brackets, and we will do it together. So, choose the simple past or present perfect form of the verb. Okay, guys? Simple past or present perfect. Two tenses we have here. Simple past, which is an action that occurred and we know when it occurred. Present perfect, an action which is finished, but we don't know when. So the time markers working a lot in the simple past. However, present perfect don't need time markers. Here we're gonna learn the differences together. So Australia here. Let's read together. Blank. Okay. Very nice, Mr. Aydin. Have you ever been to Australia? Yes. Have you ever been to Australia? Perfect. Then, I blank there about 5 years ago. What are we going to write here, number 2? Very nice, Mr. Emre. Very nice. Very nice, guys. Maneuver. Maneuver? Oh my god. Okay. I went there about 5 years ago. 5 years ago. That's when. 5 years from now, I went there. Very nice, guys. Simple past. Perfect. Moving on. So, I went there about 5 years ago. Firstly, I blank in Sydney. What one is that? What are we going to use here? Mono. Monu. Mono. Mono. Okay. Okay, thank you. Mono. Stopped. Stopped in Sydney. Firstly, I stopped in Sydney. Guys, do you agree or disagree with Miss? Okay, I see an agreement. Very nice. So you're understanding what we're talking about. Very smooth. I blank the opera house while I blank there. Why, Mr. Kadir? Ah, yes. Mr. Kadir disagrees with us. Nice. So, is it... Okay, Mr. Kadir gone. Okay. I saw... 3 stopped. Mr. Mohammed. 3 stopped. Firstly, I stopped in Sydney. You are making the time when. You are making it specific. We don't know when. But firstly, that's what you did. First thing, you went from the airplane. I saw the opera house while... What we going to write here? 5. I saw, nice, 5. I saw the opera house while I blank there. While I've been there. Very nice. But blank cross the harbour bridge yet. What we going to use here? Yes, have been, because we have yet here. Remember, guys, we have yet at the end of the sentence. I haven't. Where is that? Yes, this is have been, correct. 5 is correct, 5 is correct. The second one is also the same because we have yet here. So it needs to be, I haven't walked across the harbour bridge yet. Am I right? Correct me if I am wrong, please. Yes. Haven't walked yet. Nice. Now, 7. I blank already blanked to Brisbane, but I still blank to Cairns or Cairns. So, 7. What are we going to write on 7? Have already been. Yes, and we have already here. He's helping you out, guys. As you see, if you know your time markers, you will know what to use in your exams and you will get full mark. I'll be sure of that. But I still blank to Cairns. I still blank to, what are we going to write here? 7 is correct. 7 is absolutely, utterly correct. However, we need an answer for 8. Haven't been. I still haven't been to Karen's yet. Yup. Thank you. We have still here. As you see still, this is a remarker for present perfect. I blank from my friend last week that Karen's is beautiful. It is beautiful, by the way. You should check it out. It's in Australia. So, yes. Nice. Yes, people. Yes, beautiful. I heard from my friend last week that Karen's is beautiful. We have a time marker, which is for the simple past. Very nice, very smooth. 10. Blank, 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 blank. You blank off Iris Rock. Iris Rock. What are we going to write here for you, fellas? What are we going to write here? Ten. Have you... Thank you. Oh, no. No, Mr. Aiden, no. Did you hear is wrong? I'm sorry. Have you heard of Iris Rock? Have you heard of Iris Rock? Yes, thank you. 11. I blank there yet because it's pretty far from Sydney. It's pretty far from Sydney. What are we going to write here on 11? What are we going to write here? Have you heard? It's correct. That's number 10. Number 11. Can you tell me what is number 11? Yes. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Mono, have you heard? Is correct. Mr. Emre is correct. Mr. Mehmet is correct. Mr. Aiden, not correct. Which is incorrect. I haven't gone there yet. Thank you. So we are adding the negative because yet and yet helps us out because a time remarker for the present perfect. Thank you. When I blank in Australia last time, I blank up the Gold Coast. What are we going to write on 12 and 13? When I blank in Australia last time, I blank up the Gold Coast. What are we going to write there? Beautiful, gorgeous, outstanding, beautiful people. What are we going to write there? What are we going to write there? That's what I said. Was. Okay. When I was in Australia last time, nice. Last time is the time remarker for the past simple. Very beautiful. 13. I blank up the Gold Coast. What are we going to write here? I've traveled up the Gold Coast. Yes. So when he went to Australia last time, he have traveled up the Gold Coast, but we don't know when. That's why we are using Mr. Mono. That's why we're using traveled. Why it's a traveled? Explain it for us. Why? Is it continuation of the sentence, which is the last time, which means it's the past simple, because this action happened last time? Or going to Gold Coast what time? What do you think? 13, is it present perfect or past simple? What do you think, guys? And why? We need to understand why. That's important for us here. I'm watching your sentences. Why? Past simple. Yes. But why? Here, B is correct. When I was in Australia last time, I traveled up the Gold Coast. Because the first sentence says last time. So, the first sentence is continuation for the second sentence. For last, okay, thank you. So, when I was in Australia last time, I traveled up the Gold Coast. And the sentence go on. Thank you. Let me give you another understanding of it. For example, I've been in Australia last time. I traveled up the Gold Coast. There is no problem. But let's think about it little. I'm just going to confuse you. It's possible. Okay, it's possible. Let me confuse you. We went to Australia last time. Perfect. Now, when we went to Australia, we went to so much places. But which day we went? Or which week we went? There is no specific time. But it's possible. Don't get confused. I'm just telling you this so that I give you something to think about. Okay? Give you something to think about. Okay. Traveled. Thank you. 14. I blank to surf in surfer's paradise. What are we going to write here? What are we going to write here? 14. For learn. For learn. For learn. What are we going to write here? Help me out. 14. I've learned. I've learned to surf in surfer's paradise. Thank you. It blank fun, but blank never blank parasailing. Sorry. Parasiting. Oh my god. Parasailing. So what are we going to do here? I've learned to surf in surfer's paradise. Then we jumping to 15. It blank fun. What are we going to do here? Welcome, Mr. Ali. Have learned. Very nice. Now 15B. What are we going to write on 15B? Thank you, Mr. Muharram. It was fun, but blank blank parasailing. Now this is, I believe, it's easy because you have never. Yeah. I've never tried parasailing. Thank you. I'll have a lot to do in Australia when I go there again one day. Guys, I want to thank you so much. That was gorgeous. Thank you for your answers. And thank you for your understanding too. That was beautiful. Beautiful. It's like more than, when I say beautiful, that's more than beautiful for me. Okay. Okay, thank you guys. Here, this is function 2 of the present perfect where we are using for and since. Now, when we are using for and when we are using since. Okay, let's read the sentence and go together and write what we think it's correct. Number 1, for. Have you lived here for many years? Okay, so for is for duration. For is for duration, which means it's a bracket of time here, a year, like 5 years here, and years, many years. It's the duration of years. 2, since, yes, because it's the point that we are starting. He has thought about going to Africa since July 2012. So, which means he started to think about it on 2012, July. My parents have been in California. We don't say California. California. My parents have been in California. What are we going to say here? 3. Thank you. For 2 months. That's a period of time. Am I right? 4. Marco has dreamed about going to Brazil. Blank, he was a child. Yes. The starting point is the child, being a child. Thank you. Güzel, güzel. That's Turkish fiddle for you guys. 5. She hasn't been to Mexico. Blank, she was 6 years old. Oh my god. Since... Yes. Which one? Yes. 5? What do you think about 5? Thank you, guys. 5 is correct. 6. Julia has wanted to travel to China. Blank, she saw a TV show about it. Was 6 years old. This is the starting date of she's never been to Mexico. So before 6, she went to Mexico. This is the starting date. Julia has wanted to travel to China. She was saw a TV show about it. Since, yes, the starting point that she wanted to go to China is when she saw that TV show. That TV show ruined her life. 7. Jada, she says, since I've traveled all over the world since the past 8 months. No, I'm sorry, Miss Jada, it's not since. 7 is not since. Past 8 months. That's the duration. That's the duration. 7 is 4, fellas. 7 is 4. Because the past 8 months, that's how long is that? 8 months. 7 is 4. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. Perfect. Mr. Muharram, Mr. Munir, Miss Layla. It's 4, not since. Yes, Mr. Aiden. No problem. No problem. 8. We have camped all over this island. Blank. The beginning of the year. 8. 8 for or since. We have 8 since 4. Sorry. Since, guys. Since we are using. We have camped all over this island since the beginning of the year. They already camped. That's perfect. That's nice. We don't know when. But the starting point of their camping was the beginning of the year. Okay? The beginning of the year. Here, since the beginning of the year. Yes. We will do something easy here for you fellas. Let's see here. Yeah, we can do that because it's an online lesson. However, this one might be fun. Let's do this one because time is running. Everything is running. We have exactly 15 minutes, I believe. 15 minutes, am I right? No, that's not. That's need to be like, yeah, 15, I guess. Anyway, fellas, quiz. Best answer for each sentence. What is the best answer for each sentence? 1 is C. To Europe. Have you ever been to Europe? Thank you. C it is. 2. My classmate has been on holidays 2 months. What are we going to write here? What do you think? 1 is C, correct. Thank you, guys. That's perfect. Mr. Muharram, Mr. Kafir, Mr. Mohammed, Miss Ezma, Mr. Emra, Mr. Aida, Mr. Kadir. Thank you. That was beautiful. Gorgeous, guys. 2 is D. 2 is D. Why is D? Still 2 months? 2 is D? What? 2 here, guys. 2 here. This is 2. This is 2. This is 2 here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am looking different one. Yes, 4. Write me the word. Don't write the letter. The word. The letter, the word, or number 2, 4, or still, or so on. You write me the letter. I'm confused, guys. Come on. Yes, I am sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. Forgive me. Okay. So for 2 months, that's the duration. That's 4. D, thank you. They blank to another country. What are we going to do here? Three. We have Mr. Muharram, he said 3A. They have never been to another country. They have never been, or they have been never, or haven't never been, haven't been never. What do you think? 3 is A, 3 is A. Correct. Never comes if the sentence is positive, because never is the negative part of the sentence. Nice. 4. She blank on her vacation. What are we going to write here, beautiful people? Four, 3A. Nice. Esme, Mr. Ali, it's correct. It's absolutely correct. That's beautiful, yes. But now number 4B. She has already left. Very nice, guys. Very nice. The time marker here already comes between has and left. The verb and the... Yes, it's B. Yes. Okay. Jumping to 5. Let's go this side. Let's slide. Dave blank been to VG or VG yet, but he plans to go next month. What are we going to write on 5? Vacation mean is holiday. Yes. Vacation can be a holiday, can be, vacation normally we use it when you are working so hard and you're taking a holiday. When you're taking a holiday from your work, this is a holiday. But when you are traveling somewhere with your holiday, that's what you're doing in your holiday. It's called a vacation. What you're doing on your holiday. 5D6, I can see. 5 is D. 5 is D. Dave hasn't been. What? There is been here and been here too. That's wrong. Dave hasn't been to VG yet. Hasn't been. D. Yes. 6. Tammy blank in Indonesia for 6 months. For 6 months. What are we going to write here, beautiful, gorgeous people? Six beautiful people. Six. 6 is D. Has still lived. Tammy has still lived in Indonesia for 6 months. Yeah. However, you can say Tammy has ever lived. No. Tammy has lived. No. Tammy has lived in Indonesia for... C is also correct. Yes, C is also correct. However, D, it's not quite correct. It kind of sounds bad. Okay, let's use C. C is correct. Guys, I want to emphasize on something. Mr. Mehmet, he say vacation is holiday, correct? Look, guys, vacation, holiday, they are different. You are working in a company and you took a holiday, which means you are not going to work in that company. You took holiday for 1 week. That's your holiday for 1 week. Now, what are you going to do with this holiday? You want to travel to Indonesia, to Bali? That's your vacation. Okay? I just want to emphasize on that. It's a difference. Vacation and holiday, it's a different. It's not the same. Careful, people. Careful. Okay. Down here. 7. Correct, guys. Correct. It's C. We blank on an airplane. We blank on an airplane. What are we going to write here? What are we going to write here? Still haven't flown, haven't still flown, haven't flown still, haven't flown yet. Which one is it? Which one is it? What do you think? 7 is D. Haven't flown yet. it's correct. We haven't flown yet on an airplane, but yet need to be in the end. Kinda in the end. We still haven't flown on an airplane. A, it can be. But why we don't say we haven't still flown? It's a negative. We have B, we have A. Which one do you think? We have D, A, B. Oh my god, we don't know what to do. Okay, let's put it in the normal structure of the present perfect. Okay, so we haven't yeah. Guys, A, it can be A. No, A. We still haven't flown on an airplane. We still haven't flown on an airplane. Yes. Here still comes before haven't. Guys, those time markers, you can play with them. They can be changeable. We haven't still flown on an airplane. A and B are also correct. But which one sounds good? Is D correct? Yet, this is because which one is perfect? Yet need to be at the end of the sentence, grammatically speaking. Okay? Yet need to be at the end of the sentence. Yes. 8. To New York last year. To New York last year. Very nice, Mr. Ali. To New York last year. What are we going to write? Have you go to New York? Did you went to New York last year? Did you go? Have you gone to New York last year? What are we going to write? What are we going to write? I'm gonna make a song out of it. Did you go to New York last year? Nice, guys. I gotcha. That was good. That was good. Oh my god, it's finished. No. It's not finished. We have 9 and 10. We have 9 and 10. And after that, we can wrap up our class. 9. Ever since, I'm sorry. That's because hot. I'm just making excuse. So, ever since I was a child, I blanked to go to Machu Picchu. What is Machu Picchu? You know Pikachu? Seven is A. 7 is A. 7 is A, beautiful people. 7 is A. 8 is, where is it? 8 is C. 9 is C. Let's see. Ever since I was a child, I wanted to go to Machu Picchu. Yes, Mr. Ali. Yes, Pikachu. Okay. So A, we have C. I've wanted to go to Machu Picchu. What do you think? Which one? Ever since I was a child. Ever since I was a child, I planned to go to Machu Picchu. I have wanted. Ever since I was a child. This is the starting point. Yes, thank you guys. C, thank you. 10. 2 years ago, I blanked my friend in California. 2 years ago. Two years ago. Yes, 2 years ago, beautiful people. 2 years ago, I blanked my friend in California. 9 is C. Have wanted, Mr. Mehmet. 10. B. Yep, yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. That. I mean, I am speechless right now. I can't say nothing. That was perfect. That was beautiful. That was smooth. I loved it. Thank you so much for your answers. I appreciate you so much for being with me today. Let me close my notification here. That was amazing. Okay, so guys, I wanted you to understand, comprehend, and fully understood what we talked about. Absolutely welcome, welcome. So, with the functions we have in the present continuous are two. A finished past action, we don't know when. We don't know when because we don't have time markers. We have time markers, but we use for emphasize. That's first one. The second function that we have here for you is we can use for instance in the sentence, but the differences between for and since. For is for duration, how long. Since is for starting point, and it can be used in the past, starting in the past continuous, and maybe in the future. But we prefer to use present perfect progressive to make it to the future. Yes, and we did exercises. So please guys, please, if you understood the lesson of today, pre-intermediate, present perfect, yet, ever, never, already, still, please make sure to share it. Leave likes to our live stream videos. And please be healthy, stay healthy, be motivated, be inspired, be positive. Like, get yourself busy with English, with books, with work, and so on. And trust me, this time is perfect for restarting ourselves and to take this quarantine time as an advantage, and we use it to learn as much things as possible. That's what I'm doing here with you. Thank you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you to all of you. Thank you. I am writing you right now. Thank you. Appreciate it. Please stay healthy, stay inspired, stay safe, and keep your surrounding and your family safe. Please have a splendid, spectacular day. Don't forget, we have a class from 2 to 4. Stay here and enjoy our lesson, and it will continue till night. Thank you again. Appreciate you. See you on another day.